Hello and welcome then, champions, to the champion draft for the very first set in this week's ESL Go4Paladins Europe Cup. Of course, once again, it's Hi-Res Vox and I Hold Shift on the mics, and just to quickly go over this, it is Equality versus GGEZ, which you can see on your screens. We're off to the map of, if I'm not mistaken, Stone Keep, as you can see that now displayed on the bottom right-hand side of the drafting screen. And the champion bans are Ruckus and Willow here, so interesting to see Willow taken off the table this early into the tournament.
The Ruckus makes sense. Of course, we see he's been a priority for a lot of teams just across every facet of competitive play. But the Willow pick is really interesting, maybe knowing something that we don't. The Makoa, and then also Fernando being taken up very early. And again, this is interesting to see how much Fernando gets played with his new recent changes. He does bring a lot of extra damage to the table now and really kind of puts himself up in the tier list as far as a frontliner that has a major damage impact.
It'll be fascinating to see exactly how that does break out once we do get through into the game itself. As you mentioned as well, we've also got the teams on the table shift. We've got Equality on the right, GGEZ on the left, and so far GGEZ, after picking up the Makoa, are going in for an Eevee and a Cassie pick here, so they're getting some flank pressure online. That's a Mastery 25 Eevee. Seems relatively unput off by recent changes, which a lot of players have maybe claimed has reduced her flank potential with decreased blink distance.
Yeah, she's still annoying, is what it comes down to it. I mean, especially with the updated and faster projectile speed, it's a lot of damage that still is confirmed, even though there's not the bonus damage after blinking through. But still, I mean, Eevee can be that penetrator. We saw, of course, how Buck did so well at the Valencia doing that, just exactly that, being a distractor and being in the backline and being a menace. And Eevee is right up there with him as far as being annoying. And Cassie with it brings a lot of secure damage. This draft looks really pretty straightforward for the moment for GGEZ.
For the time being, we did actually see as well, the Maldamba hovered there, but electing to get their damage online, giving that up, that goes through to the squad of Equality. GGEZ, they're going to finish their lineup off with a Lian, so the first time we're going to be seeing her, or at least myself and Shift, in competitive play, and locking in at last a Ceres as well, by the looks of things. So that champion, the support online, Maldamba and Ceres, relatively stand as the top two pick supports in the current online scene.
Yeah, and this will be really fun to see how much damage she is able to put out, especially being in the same ballpark as a Cassie and an Eevee. Of course, you've seen Cassie lately has put up some monster numbers when it comes to the damage charts. And to respond through, I like this pick a lot with the Ashe currently hovered over. And this would be really big, I think, just to, again, put someone into that backline as a bruiser. You already have the Fernando with you, the Bomb King and the Lex as well, so why not get somebody else who could be that main force of the front line, especially at Stone Keep. If you could establish yourself on point, there's really nobody better to do that than Ashe, and it really could put you just tilted in favor in that battle up front.
And there you have it, folks. The champion draft is ready. The players are set. We'll be heading into game number 1 on Stone Keep very shortly, so let us know your predictions in Twitch chat. And also keep your eyes peeled as well. We do have a giveaway for a Tyra Direwolf skin set going on, which Moobot will be posting a link to every 5 minutes or so. So make sure you sign up to that and keep your eyes on the lookout for a Gleam link if you're interested. And we'll see you in game number 1, Equality versus GGEZ on Stone Keep, in just a moment. Hello and welcome back then, champions, to this game 1 of the ESL Go4Paladins Europe Cup number 17. Equality versus GGEZ on your screens, Vox and Shift on the mic on Stone Keep, and let's dive straight into our legendary breakdown. That's right, folks, we do have the tab scoreboard available to us. We can see the legendaries, and it's going to be GGEZ starting things off with E Super Real not running Mortal Reach Ceres, Uber Spady on Wormhole Eevee here, William Birkin running Pluck Makoa, Domage CZ on Precision Lian, and Zelda on Exaction Cassie.
And for the side of Equality, you're going to have Sargento Carrero going to be playing the Aegis Fernando. Zaktoge will be using Spirits Chosen on the Maldamba. Attila will be with the Battering Ram Ash Nano Crystal, still using Accelerant Bomb King, and of course Death Hastens for the Lex played by Towson.
Right, that's very important. Still rocking out the Accelerant here, but at the same time, we do know that potentially that Grumpy Bomb stun setup might be very good. Checking in with Lian as we do see our first look at gameplay for her in the competitive level, being forced out very, very early by a good high ground advance from the double frontline-led squad of Equality, but Uber Spady picks up first blood on the Towson in the backline, and Domage continues to try and throw a poke.
Really passive gameplay from GGEZ, but very smart as well, pushing Equality and letting them just kind of come into that Vines area. And now they have an opportunity to get onto point and kind of circle around and get Equality in a very uncomfortable spot. You see nobody from GGEZ. Ooh, now it's actually Stelta is the first one to fall for the blue side. Lex is going to battle this one out with Lian, but it will not be enough. The In Pursuit will finally clean up thanks to Fernando coming through. But for a moment there, Domash just had himself a nice little 1v1 for a minute and was winning it.
Good work so far from everybody involved, but Equality are taking control of this objective. And now Cristo is actually doing really good work for this squad on Bomb King. They're only on a 1 streak so far, but their Grumpy Bombers are providing a lot of area denial. Missed shot there, but still the frontline zone from Fernando is enough to force out all of GGEZ. Rice bombs through. Doma does pick up Talzin, but still the objective is captured by Equality, and they lead at 2 minutes in, 1 point up to 0.
Yeah, Evie gonna blink it, use that wormhole, come right on top of Nano Crystal and blink right back, and that's gonna open up the door for Cassie. Dodge rolling through under the church side. We'll actually find 1 kill onto Maldama, leaving Ash totally exposing the payload. But Talzin's here to help, able to counter out one of them. The in pursuit would be used in retreat, but just not enough, as the long-range heirloom rifle from the Leon is able to take him down.
It's only 400 damage, but it's got a relatively rapid rate of fire shift, and with a couple of abilities in her kit as well, specifically Grace and Valor there, able to deal damage to anybody within her line of sight, as long as we are using the right legendaries, of course, and as long as we are using, well, as long as we have line of sight. She can put out a lot of poke very, very quickly, but is retreating now, recognizes that they don't want to be met with double frontline straight to their face, and the blue team is setting up in a defensive position around here, trying to take more towards some high ground, which Equality for the most point occupying.
This is a really good position for Evie to be in, able to go right through this little crevice in the wall and then come right back, able to chase down 1 kill. We'll find Maldama and blink right back out for safety. Able to get there without any harassment onto her whatsoever. And again, Equality is really pinned up. And you can see this super speed. He's able to get right back through once again to confirm a lot of damage. Fortunately, though, the shield tower will, at least for the meantime, keep Attila safe until, of course, there is Zelda taking him down on the Cassie. Again, Makoa holding down the front line while the Eevee continues to blink back and forth. This is putting Equality very much so on their heels.
And even though Eevee has the decreased blink distance, the fact that she's got that faster projectile speed is very much compensating for that, is what I'm seeing from this lady right now. Blinking just maybe more laterally across the map, going, forcing enemies to quickly turn from one direction to the other, distracting them, throwing out a poke shot, and then back to safety. Makoa will be trying to pull some people in. William Broken taking a lot of poke, though, does have the ultimate available, is being healed up by Saris, so can stay alive for the time being. Equality are being held at bay for the most part, but the payload is still creeping forwards.
Good body block onto the battering ram, denying Attila the escape, released for free. And meanwhile, Cassie is able to sit in this aforementioned backline to deal some damage, finding himself a double kill. Attila falling very low. Ooh, but it is not going to be the Enlightenment, as it will just be the one shot afterwards. As again, the battering ram, the 90% damage reduction, at least mitigated out that ultimate. So no charge confirmed back. Again, that big ultimate, if it does kill, will bring you 50% per kill. And you can see right now in the top left, still sitting at just 10%.
And I really love that potential, right, that we've got with this team composition from GGEZ. Specifically, they've got the convergence set up with the Enlightenment ultimate from Leon, potentially devastating if hit correctly. Gotta watch out for shields that might be able to block some of that impact, though. Moving through 1-to-1, all tied up on the scoreboard. Successful defense came through for GGEZ, and now the itemization is online as well, Shift. But we're starting to see just, I think it's relatively standard here, just equalize between both teams. Super hasn't decided what they're going to go into yet, though. Morale boost 1 online for Ceres. What kind of options does Ceres have really to look towards with this situation?
I was going to say, it's probably going to be a morale boost too, just because if you're going to commit to getting that ultimate on as much as possible, and you have the credits to do it, this level 2 of that early on into round number 2 is going to be really big as far as keeping that charge up. Of course, at 100% right now, if you figure that's going to be one of the opening ultimates, we'll see there's a lot to combo it with, but getting that up and getting that percentage charged faster and faster as the game goes on makes her a continual threat, not just because her healing is getting mitigated, but because she's got so much team control in that convergence.
Gotta watch out for some danger coming through again. They're not straight towards the objective. Both teams go again. Equality taking the high ground advantage, and this led them to a successful capture last time, but will they be dethroned? GGEZ looking for a way, and it might come off the back of the confusion. Dread Serpent as well as the Ash ultimate have been used now, and Eevee has her Ice Storm ready.
Yeah, the Immortal was also popped, and once again, Battering Ram is turned apart as once again the melee-wielding anchor used by, of course, the Ancient Rage Makoa is able to shred through one, and Leon able to find another. Fernando is in full retreat and has to back up towards the remaining teammates that are now respawning, and GGEZ are finding themselves some free capture, and of course, a little bit of extra zone. As you can see, once again, Makoa is up here with the Leon looking for damage, but now the shield being popped just to get them away, but the King Bomb's coming in. Convergence used in response. We'll find only one, and only that one is killed, and that was by the facet of the Bomb King.
Absolutely devastating. Bomb King coming through and enabling the recap from Equality for the time being, who are on the objective. Uber Spady narrowly avoids a Snake Toss. Stun coming through from Aldamba, and Seldor on the respawn is able to take down Zatoj as well. Really good play from GGEZ. Will they be able to hold on? Equality have no ultimates left to get themselves back to the point, but when they do, they're very tanky still.
Yeah, and the problem was they used 3 big ultimates in succession with one another, just at the exact same time. The Immortal, the Assert Dominance, and the Dread Super were all used in tandem, and that just did not allow them the survivability they needed to stay on point, and you saw GGEZ was able to separate theirs just a little bit more, get their charge back up, and continue to control the point periodically. That's exactly why we're seeing them get that last point, and now the payload also moving rather for free at the moment. Equality happy to let it move until they get to this choke point, but the Ice Storm is used right in that aforementioned choke point, putting everyone slow, but not a lot of kills running that front line. It's going to be the Makoa finding one onto Ash and make that a second as Lex is dredge anchored and then cannonballed to death immediately after William Birkin finding that first and second kill.
And that's really important to open up the potential for this push to pass on through the major choke point at the base of Equality. The gates have been breached. Fernando drops down to contest, but Oreka picked up on the arm, makes very, very short work of all of that. Oh, nice! Ultimate coming through as well, takes down Fernando. Uberspady cleans up Lex as well, and now Assert Dominance used to just buy some time by Ash on the objective, but it's a killing spree as Maldamba goes down for Lian, looking for further onto Ash, who has the ultimate now expired. Everybody's in a lot of danger. Can Equality hold on?
Looking good at the moment as both the support and the front line and Saris and Makoa drop off right along that payload, and Ash will clean up the Lian as well. The big story continues to be, though, this Eevee, who is the only player left alive after Ash finds double kills, sitting on a 21 streak and has been nothing but an absolute menace in the backline, finding these pick shots and coming right back, building up that streak. And of course, that is relating to her being second on the network chart, actually just a couple of credits below the Fernando and top of the damage charts at 71,500 damage.
Getting out so much poke throughout the duration of this game. Uberspady sitting in at 8-0 and 13, yet to die in this game. What I'd love to see happen actually is maybe Nano Cristo playing Bomb King look to play the old style trap, because of course it's wormhole Eevees, they could potentially set up danger on the backside of Eevee blinking towards safety, but safety just isn't around as Uberspady picks up a double kill, throws in a spray for style, can't find the triple as that goes down to Lian, but that's completely opened up the path of payload conversion. Respawns too late, the payload will roll through, and GGEZ now lead at 8 minutes and 58, 3 points to 1.
Very big play once again from Spady, but again, this comes down to a lot of people who are watching this Eevee play. The reason that she's able to get back there for free is because the front line is doing a lot of work. William's able to find himself a number of nice dredge anchor pulls to outposition some of those frontliners for equality, and Leon as well is putting in a lot of really solid damage. Of course, having the record 3 is putting Fernando in a very bad spot throughout a lot of this fight, simply because that Aegis legendary is essentially not even existent in this gameplay anymore, and that just goes to show that if you can get a team that can well function in the front line, it's going to open up opportunities for you as a flanker to move in essentially for free, do your damage, and get right back out.
Free is exactly what we've been seeing going so far. Shift, it will continue if Equality don't adapt their playstyle to be able to deal with this Eevee. Is there any specific champion besides the Bomb King we just mentioned who you think you really can?
It's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to have to find a couple of clutch stuns from your Maldamba. That's a tall task to order, and of course the in pursuit can help a little bit when Eevee's in your face, but this wormhole build will allow her to flicker away, get that health back, and then come right back in, as you're seeing. William Birkin again with the McCoy able to find the aforementioned Lex on this left-hand side, respectively for them, is looking for more of the Ice Storm. Will be put right on top of the balcony, though, so once again, Fernando is just sitting up here taking a lot of damage, and it will be a chase down, although, ooh, just barely stunned out is the Eevee, but is smelling blood in the water like the shark that she has been. Will fall away from the Fernando and refocus with the rest of her team, able to find damage now into Maldamba, who falls thanks to, again, William Birkin able to get the kills. Sarah's trying to heal up, but it will in fact be Uberspady dropping thanks to one nice play sticky bomb for the Bomb King.
But all the while, they've been buying time for that team. GGEZ, 87, 90% on the objective. Towson comes from behind, looks for an execution onto Leon. Can't quite find the final damage, but they do fall anyway. Immortal used on the objective, and now they turn their attention towards Ceres, but a lot of missed shots, and Eevee is straight back to the fight. 93% for the blue team on the objective. Equality are getting torn apart here as down goes Lex again. Will Uberspady be able to carry that team to victory? Dread Serpent is used to try and break up the fight, but will it be enough?
Not looking good. Enlightenment comes up with a shield well placed for Sargento, able to mitigate all that damage away. Sarah's trying to get back on the point again, getting that convergence up to 100%. Thank you, morale boost, and is looking for a point to find multiple targets, but has yet to do so yet. We'll throw that. It goes right on top of the shield of Fernando, and nobody from the side of GGEZ can commit and follow up with it. It will be Equality's point. Now only down just the 1 point, 3-2.
Really major play. A phenomenal comeback as well from the squad of Equality, I didn't see them really getting back into that, but the fact that they had this double frontline online, the fact that they were able to pick Uber Spady and just stop them from being so staggered, not being continually harassed by Eevee, allowed them to restabilize game tempo in their favor, force GGEZ onto the back foot, and now they hold all the cards. Again, this time, the payload moving very quickly shift. Likely going to see a hold in the primary choke point around the base of GGEZ, but they're much less tanky than Equality were. It's going to strike me as more difficult for them to hold.
This gourd that keeps coming out from the Maldamba for the side of Equality is getting these frontliners continually up, and with the multiple shields, it's actually taking a while for these cauterizers to come in. Although now Towson is in a nice spot in the backline, able to find one on the Leon. Once again, you heard the Enlightenment getting charged, but not finding its target as of yet. Ice Storm, though, will find a target. It does drop onto the Lex, but no damage to follow up, so really just used as a zoning ultimate. And actually, that being said, Towson will find Eevee. So that's going to be another big character now. Bomb King will accelerate up to the top line, looking for the shots onto Cassie, but Cassie able to dodge roll back, will refocus back onto the front line.
It's really crucial so far that everybody from GGEZ was able to find staggers and was staying alive, but on the top side of this fight, Towson gets the slay onto Cassie, finds the double kill as they manage to take down with In Pursuit Leon as well. Now only Eevee and Ceres remaining. The law is ready, could be challenged here, but not even necessary. Double kill for Fernando. A Sargento cleans things up. Equality push through, and they tie things up at 12 minutes, almost 13, sitting now at 3-3 on the scoreboard.
What an incredible comeback here for Equality. I mean, they were down really badly, 3-1, did not really have that point in their control whatsoever. Just happened to, again, they staggered out their big frontline ultimates. They staggered out the Immortal, then it was the Assert Dominance. The Dread Serpent came out just before that. You don't use those in combination, to use them in some kind of a sequential fashion, and you're going to get yourself to a point where you can survive. There's a lot longer onto this narrow capture point, which is exactly the case. And then finding, again, big picks onto Leanne and on the Eevee throughout that payload push was what led to Equality equalizing this game up.
And all tied up 3-3, as we've just mentioned. It's an even game once again, coming down to the last final objective. Equality able to find 2 in a row. You might think they have the advantage, but their double frontliners are starting to fall apart now as the Wreckers get picked up. Still, will playstyle be enough? Cassie activates Scout. Maybe looking for a flank is Zelda. Straight to the backside is Towson. The Law is channeled, tries to find the execution. And whilst they miss Ashe, even though that would have hit despite Battering Ram's damage reduction, they still get efficacy from their ultimate and manage to slay Leon.
That's a big one, because that's the big record that you're mentioning is off the table. And now the frontliners are knowing that and are moving right forward. Ash is here, Lex as well, and now Fernando sprinting forward. King Bomb following up as the secondary line of the traction as it comes through, able to connect one of the Leon, but it looks like she will survive at half HP. Now getting some heal up from the Ceres. Playing on the left-hand side of the map, 70% for Equality, a couple more ultimates to sustain themselves, and now GGEZ's in the back foot. They need to find a way to get here.
And that will be off the back of the, oh my goodness, Leon's ultimate coming through, able to deal so much damage on the objective though now. William Birkin in Ancient Rage is buying time for their team. It was Assert Dominance used on the objective as well by Attila, trying to hold things down, and all the while, Zatoj and Maldamba trying to keep the team dream alive, but Uber Spady goes in as Eevee finds 1-shot, 2-shot wormhole for safety, and manages to take the recap for their team. Now 33% and climbing for GGEZ. They made that retake look phenomenally easy, but can Equality find their way back in? All ultimates off the table for Equality. GGEZ still holding on to Convergence.
And they're going to have this, once again, the Enlightenment up. It was at 50%, average of killing 1, now at 100%, 84% to 90. Getting close. Equality's forcing their way through. They do have the shields up, but Zelda takes out one of their damage dealers in Lex. Ash is looking for some backline presence. Will be able to focus out the Makoa, but immediately taken out by Uber Spady, who comes right back to help out. The big Convergence finds both, but the resilience is here as well, Fox. And it's now just up to the Aegis holding Fernando, who's in a gourd, but it's just not going to be enough healing to keep him there. It is going to be the rest of GGEZ cleaning up around the point, and it will be a conga line to get here 99 to 99%.
Big Grumpy Bomb stun setup does hold things down for the time being. Nice body block as well onto Ashe, who tries to get towards the objective. As we said, it's just a straight up conga line. William Birkin finds 2. Fernando gets back to the objective, and their shield is up. Trapped in an Ice Storm, in a lot of trouble, pulled out of the shield by Makoa as well. And even though the Ancient falls and this conga line continues, the frontliners are off the table, but the respawns are coming back on through. It's Uber Spady versus the world, 1 versus 2. They dive up to the high ground, but they've got to keep contesting. Suba on the objective is getting decimated and blasted apart. Out comes Dread Summon as well, and Equality claim victory in this best-of-1 set.
Wow, and that goes to show how important it is to keep your frontliners up, especially late into the overtime when it diminishes so quickly. You saw Spady was trying to blink back and forth, but the cooldown was longer.